Welcome and greetings to Spooniescape. This is my YouTube channel dedicated to e-skating, vinyl, reviews. I'm new to the game, so just bear with me, folks. This is first one. I plan on having a better setup eventually, but today we're reviewing a portable cassette player by a company called We Are Rewind. They're out of France. It's refreshing to find one that's European or European or anything other than China, obviously, because the brands that dominate the market now are Chinese made. I've gotten a few of them, returned quite a few of them too, they're just not, the Bluetooth capability is not the greatest. The sound quality is not there, and these guys pride themselves on actually recreating the original Sony Walkman from back in the 80s. And this thing is very, very robust. It's solid. It's got a metal casing, aluminum, which is really well done, really well manufactured. It's kind of heavy, but that's okay. It's you wouldn't want to drop it because it's not protected at all, but that's not what it's for anyway. It doesn't have auto rewind feature. It doesn't have auto reverse feature. Doesn't have like auto stop for rewind and forward. It only has it for when you're playing and it comes to the end of the cassette, then it stops. And that's good if you're sleeping, you want it to be able to do that. But if you're going to rewind and forward it, you got to stand by and wait for it to finish and then stop it, obviously. The buttons are very well made. They engage the mechanisms inside quite well. Push on it, get a distinct click, and it's solid and it works. Playing it on my Teufel sound system right now. Speaking of that, I'm going to take a little detour on here a little bit. So I have a lot of cassettes, about around 30 of them from the 80s. And I've taken, over the years, I haven't really went out of my way to protect them. They've just been in a case, and they've been numerous PCS moves and whatnot, and they stayed out of sunlight, they stayed out of humid areas for the most part, but the lifespan for a cassette tape is usually 30 years. A lot of mine are over 30, and you can tell when you play them. With this device or any, it's a little bit of fade in and out. The longer cassette tapes, like my Pink Floyd The Wall, that's extended play, and that doesn't work well. And they even say that on their literature. Don't play 120-minute cassettes in. The mechanism can eat the tape. They got away from that anyway, I think, back in the day. They didn't work as well as the smaller cassette tapes that had less songs on them. So they usually would come in a double cassette set, like 2 cassettes, to break it up, kind of like vinyl does. They do that with vinyl as well. They have 2-3 songs on one side to ensure that it plays good, because if you cram too much on one side, you run the risk of it skipping more than if you just have like a song or two. And it's more vinyl, 2 or 3 disc set, but it ensures that it plays better. I think it's the same with cassettes as well. It makes sense. But anyway, this one here, let's go ahead. We're going to rewind this again. It's like I said, it's not auto stop, so I have to listen for it. Comes with a pencil too, so you can tighten the tape, just like old school. But so funny. All right, is we done? No, not yet. Almost. Okay. There we go. It just stopped. So I want to give you a little sound bite on this. So this, but anyway, getting off top, a lot of my cassettes were about 30 years old. This one here, I picked up at a thrift store. It's from 1978. I mean, crazy. It's insane. They even look different than they did back. They even look different back than they did in the 80s. You can totally tell. It's like 70s style. And the cassette tapes now that they sell look kind of like this too. It's weird. The new versions, they don't look like they did in the 80s. Some of them look like this. It's with a paper on them instead of just the see-through with the printed song titles and whatnot. So, and it opens automatic or shuts automatically, sorry. And you have to force it open. If you got it laying down, it's going to pop right closed. So this is the best way to actually put the cassette in, is with it standing on end like this. Then you see the buttons and you see the Bluetooth. So these buttons, that's the Bluetooth on and off. to pair with your speaker systems, which works really well. 5.0, the range is awesome. It will go up several flights several flights in a house or whatever, or levels, sorry. And battery charger light, indicator light, gives you 10 or 12 hours of battery juice. The volume wheel actually is a wheel like the old school ones. And like I said, this is patterned after, I may have not said it, this is patterned after the Sony Walkman first generation back in, I think, 83. So it's kept very simple, no auto reverse, and that kind of stinks. But I think that they'll come out another one with auto reverse eventually, because auto reverse is kind of like a nice feature. You just let just continuous play, Headphone jack, input jack to record to blank cassettes, which is really good, and then C charger slot. So it's got all the new upgraded technologies in this, but it's old school retro look and feel. No headphones come with it. That's okay, because you can Bluetooth to your nice headphones like this, and the sound quality is really good, really, really, really good. I'm impressed, and we'll test it right now, give you a demonstration. It's always a hesitant time frame in the beginning when the lead, the empty area of the cassette clears the tape head. It's different than CDs and digital media where it's instantaneous, It's hard to convey how good it sounds on my phone, obviously, but the sound quality is really really, really good. It's similar to a CD or a vinyl. I really can't tell the difference, and that's what's so impressive about this tape. Because 1978, that's insane. Whoever had this kept it stored real well. In the past 15 years, I've stored it well myself. I picked it up at a thrift store. I do that sometimes. I like movie soundtracks like this, like John Carpenter soundtracks. The Thing. Stuff I like that, but of course I love metal and industrial and goth as well, but I don't mind jamming out to this stuff. It's good, it's a cool song, electronica, I like it. But anyway, it gives you an idea. So this is my first review that I've done with actual, thought it out a little bit rather than just recording it. I plan on doing more of these. I'm not always going to do it from my phone. I have a setup upstairs I need to kind of familiarize myself with and get better at. But I plan on putting out more content. So if you want to see more reviews on gadgets or vinyl, I plan on reviewing vinyl, playing it, talking about it. And if you want more of that, please hit subscribe and let me know what you think. I know my old videos that are on my channel they're very simplistic. I just kind of recorded it for fun, and I thought, I buy a lot of records, I buy a lot of stuff like this, so I should review them. People might want to know, about the band. They might want to know, what's the benefits of vinyl versus, CDs. And I'm telling you, the physical media is always good to keep. It's just, it's yours. Nobody can take that away from you, because in this age with the streaming, I'm subscribed to quite a few streaming services, and they just constantly adjust their discography or their song availability, and I don't like that. It irks me when you're paying money and you go to listen to a song. I even have my whole collection in the cloud in Apple Music, not Apple Music. It's Music Match. It's called Music Match, but it's part of Apple Music. I did that a long time ago. Most of my CDs are archived in the cloud, and they even restrict that because they compare it to what they have available in their discography, and that's insane. That's my music that I uploaded to it, but it's only $24.99 a year, so it's not that big of a deal. Keeps it in the cloud for me. But I'm starting to think I just want to listen to my physical media. That's why I bought a portable CD player with Bluetooth that I can connect to my speaker systems in the house. This has Bluetooth functionality for my cassette tapes, and I'm going to buy more. The newest one I got was part of a box set, Motley Crue, Shout at the Devil. And I got one coming, Garage Days Revisited, 598 EP, as it was back in 1987, but not anymore. It costed me, I think, $14.99. So cassette tapes are more expensive than CDs. and vinyl is more expensive than cassette tapes. CDs are the cheapest. You can get CD for $6 or up to $14. You know, they're relatively inexpensive now because the retroness isn't there. It's nostalgia is not as much with CDs as it is with cassette tapes and with vinyl. So I appreciate you tuning in. Hit subscribe again. Let me know what you think, and I'll try to add more content as I get some vinyls. I've got a new one, a new vinyl from a group called Therion that I want to review. I might pull out some of my old records that I've gotten over the past few years and do reviews on those as well, especially ones that people may or may not heard about. Thrash metal bands like Sabbath that fell off the radar, and they're not given their due because they're some of the greatest thrash metal bands out there, but they only made a few albums, but they morphed into another group, you know. So they do have a discography out there as part of a different style of music, you know. Take care and see you soon.